she said was that rabbis get married and so they can have a lot of babies, and the babies can become rabbis, and that's not true.
Okay.
That is, that's very far from the truth. Yes, if you're Orthodox, okay, they tell you, they knock out kids the way, religious Catholics knock out kids, one right after the other.
Right.
But the bottom line is, nobody says that you have to do that or you should do that. Now, there's the old saying that, when somebody has a lot of kids, they believe, God will provide. Well, that only goes so far. Let's put it that way. God will provide.
Well, the United States, God is the government. They provide.
Well, that's what people say. They say that when they say God will provide, you mean in the form of public assistance. When I lived in Baldwin, my neighbor next door to us and my neighbor across the street had 7 children. The Kennedys had 11 children, but the Kennedys could afford it. Not everybody who has a big family can afford it, but they learn, sacrifices are made. A child is a gift from God, and, that's how they feel. It's supposed to be a comfort to you in your old age. Hey, look, in the paper they just said some 65-year-old grandmother, woman in Germany, just gave birth to quadruplets because she was taking, fertility drugs. And why did she do that? Because her youngest daughter said, gee, I really would like to have young siblings. Okay? Now, she already had like 6 kids of her own. So now she's got another 4 babies. You can't tell me that this woman is going to be able to take care of 4 infants, without some sort of help, But it doesn't look like they're even going to score. Bishop is on his game here, and unfortunately, at the end of the game, we're going to go through the handshake, and that's going to be it. Tomorrow's newspaper.
That's it. We'll see the Rangers again in October.
They'll dissect this loss and chalk it up to whatever they want to chalk it up to, but, that's it.
Not much you can do about it.
I think that I really think that Tampa Bay is going to win the whole thing. They're gonna win the cup.
Well, looking at the way they played, and I tell you, I've been watching the last 2 games of the Ducks and the Blackhawks, and, Chicago, in the last 6 years, Chicago won the Stanley Cup 3 times. Anaheim, I don't remember when, or if they did.
I don't think they ever did.
I don't think so either. Now, Tampa Bay won a number of years ago, I would say 6 years ago or something to that effect, but it's always nice.
Didn't Tampa Bay win, when they first, were known? Because I remember when they won.
Well, they had St. Louis.
I think I was down in Florida when they won.
That's very possible. It's always nice when a team who's in the World Series or the Super Bowl for the first time, or in this case the Stanley Cup, really takes it all the way and wins. You hate to see a team do it all the time. Now, the sad thing is the Rangers had such a stretch and such a great season. Who knows if they could match this season next year. And, push come to shove, let's be honest. It's been 24 years, or 22 years, 21 years actually, since they won the Stanley Cup in '94. It's not like the Rangers win it year in and year out. This last year and this year are the closest that they've come.
I know.
And last year especially because they made it to the finals. It doesn't look like they're even going to make it into the finals now. Unless something happens. with 5.5 minutes left, that's unfortunately that's it.
Well, Tampa's keeping up the pressure.
Well,
Well, that's the thing. It's their offense. They're incredible.
But, well, I'll tell you, Lisa, it was great having you on the phone, and
thank you.
Felix will have to decide. I know Monday's show is already set because we're gonna finish up those 26 helpful hints to improving your and living a more meaningful life. And I know Chad has something he wants to discuss next week. Because he said he probably wouldn't be on tonight. So, maybe a week from this Monday.
Yeah, because she wants to keep it as a non-religious show. So
Monday.
Just say,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you want to do religious or not. It's a topic that I feel because such, it's out in the open now, and the fact that, what's going on with Bruce Jenner, I think he's actually opened the door to the transgenders. And I actually watched the Logo channel, and I was watching some show today about transgenders, and, that community, the gay community has come so far. I mean, I stand up and applaud them. I really do. I mean,
but you see, transgenders,
the beating that they've taken and how long they've stayed in the shadows, and now they're finally out in the open. I mean, I commend them. I wish they would have came out sooner. I really do.
Yeah, but you see, you're wrong when you say that they're gay. Transgenders do not consider themselves gay. Transgenders... No, you're right. They are not gay. Transgenders are not gay. What transgenders are people trapped in another, like... Right.
Bruce Jenner said it. He says, Diane Sawyer asked him something about why he is doing this or what makes him feel he's doing this. And he says that he's known since he was a child that he was a girl in a man's body. And God put him in a man's body to look and see for himself what he is and to challenge himself. And it took him 65 years to finally decide that this is it.
Well,
that this is what is going to make him happy.
Felix and I were discussing this last Friday, and the bottom line is, he won the toughest event in the Olympics. To win the decathlon, to amass enough points to come in first, it's 10 different events. That's where it gets, the from DECA, meaning 10 different events that you compete in. And he certainly didn't have to prove anything as far as his prowess was concerned, when he did that. In fact, if nothing else, he became America's sweetheart, and it probably made it a lot harder for him to come to the realization that
he really is a sweetheart.
This is what he wanted to do.
I forget. I guess you didn't hear my joke, huh?
No, I didn't.
Turned out to be he's a real sweetheart.
Oh. Well, I've seen some transgendered females, basically, on talk shows, and if I wasn't told that they were transgendered, the operation itself has come so far. In fact, I think one of them won a beauty contest. Some of them, yes, some of them are gay, okay, and they want to have a relationship with a female. But there are others who have the operation and consider themselves very much female and very much heterosexual. The whole thing is, finding a man who is secure in his own in his own being, to say that there's nothing wrong with him for falling in love with a transgendered person, because it's not like he's making love to another man. He's making love to a woman.
Well, I'm definitely not that secure.
What?
I would not be that secure.
Well, and that's a problem. That's a problem that they have to face.
Well, listen, my feeling again was, I told you, Bruce Jenner's going with this, but he still doesn't want to get female parts, certain parts.
Right. He doesn't want to go all the way. He doesn't want to have his penis amputated and fashion a vagina. Okay. And then there's a class of transgendered females who believe that you don't have to go all the way in order to be a female.
But I cannot see him having a normal relationship with a man when he still has a penis. Simple as that.
Oh, I don't think Bruce Jenner is worried about having relations with anybody, if you want to know the truth. I think
he's not doing it for a relation.
Right,
he's doing it for himself. He's already had the 3 wives. He has 10 children. He's got 7 grandchildren. He wants to do it because it's something that makes him happy. He hasn't felt happy about himself, and this is what is going to make him happy. And he doesn't want to have to sneak around and take her out. He wants her out in full force. He wants to be comfortable, and I'm all for it. Go for it. You got to do what makes you happy. I mean, it's that's what life is all about. And you can't think about what other people are going to say and whether they're going to support you or not. You get your own support, and your family, and his family is supporting him. All his kids, all 10 kids are supporting him.
And his current wife, even though they were in the middle of a divorce, and she was going through her own, emotional problems or whatever, she totally supports, how he feels.
You're talking about Chris?
Whoever is his wife now,
They're divorced. They've been divorced. Chris Jenner and Bruce, they've been divorced since the beginning of the year.
Well, shows you what I know.
Even before that. Right before the beginning of the year, they got divorced.
You watch. The Rangers are going to score a friggin' goal. I have that feeling, and they're going to lose 2-1.
Yeah.
Because it's meaningless now.
At least they'll go on the board.
Well, you see, it's all this talk about Bruce Jenner doesn't hurt, because he's got a new show coming up also. A reality show.
Another one.
He does?
Or they're saying the new season of his reality show or something?
He's on the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I don't know, I heard something.
He's still on the Kardashians with them.
Oh, he's going on his own, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that he was going on his own. You know what? That's when he's probably going to introduce her. He won't give her name, but, he's starting to talk more and more freely about her. So I guess that's what is going to happen. He's going to get his own reality show. Because Diane Sawyer even said, this is going to be the last time I interview Bruce. Bruce is gone after this. And he basically said yes.
Well,
but he also said that Bruce is never going to be gone. Because, his 2 daughters, all right, the ones that he has with Kris Jenner, Kendall and Kylie. Kendall feels that there won't be a Bruce anymore, and he has told her over and over again on the show that I'm still here, but I'll always be here for you. Don't think that Bruce is dead. I'm just
Well, but you can